Hello everyone and welcome to the 14th video as a part of the training videos on filling up and submitting the DGQI second edition self-assessment questionnaire via the DGQI portal. In this series of videos, we are giving a walkthrough of the DGQI questionnaire and the DGQI portal to explain how the questionnaire is to be responded by the ministries and departments using this portal. In the first 13 videos, we have already explained how to answer part A of the questionnaire and the first four sections of part B of the questionnaire. In this video, we will cover part B, section E, which is data security and HR capacity. So to fill this section, we'll first go to add part B, select the scheme for which we are filling up the information. And after having filled up the information for the first four sections, we can fill up the information for part E, section E, which is data security and HR capacity. The section aims to assess what kind of data security measures are followed by the scheme divisions for their respective MIS, and what is the kind of HR capacity they have installed within their ministries to undertake data quality assessment and data analysis. These are important enablers to ensure good data generation, good data quality, and good data analysis. Therefore, we will now move to understand the questions. The first question asks whether the MIS follows regular antivirus updates or not, which is a basic requirement for data security, and ministries can select yes or no accordingly, ministry or scheme division. Then the second question asks whether the MIS is regularly assessed by third party auditors for online security, which is called security audit. The ministry or scheme division can select yes or no. The third question asks whether the ministry or website uses the SSL certificate. So SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer, and it's a security protocol that ensures that there is an encrypted link between the web server and web browser. So any website that has an SSL certificate, it has a HTTPS rather than HTTP protocol. Ministry or scheme division can accordingly select yes or no based on whether the MIS it is using HTTPS or HTTP. If it is yes in previous question, then it has to fill up whether the SSL certificate is of this category or higher or not as per the NIC norms. If it is no, this question automatically gets disabled. The next question five is about firewalls. So it's asked whether the MIS is using firewalls to secure the access to data so that certain kinds of network traffic is blocked, whichever is not trustworthy. Then accordingly yes or no can be selected. Then question 6 is about external communication of the MIS with external external portals. So whether all this API integration or any such communication is being done through an encrypted channel or not, which is important to ensure that this data does not get leaked anywhere to any other unintended source. So ministry or scheme division to select yes, no, or no external communication established if the ministry has if the MIS has no such external links right now. The question 7, 8, and 9 are about data privacy of personal data. So, if the ministry or the scheme division is collecting any sort of sensitive personal information which should not be freely accessible to all, what kind of measures have been taken by the scheme division to ensure that the safety of this, the privacy of this personal information. There are multiple methods by which this can be done, and the scheme division can select all those options which are used. If the scheme division does not have any such data on its MIS, it can select no such data. If it has, then it must choose what all options are undertaken. If it does not, if it is not doing any of this, then it should not choose any of these options, which will be considered that none of these measures have been undertaken. So The first measure is single factor or multi-factor authentication, which is essentially the login ID password method, which is called single factor, and multi-factor if we have multiple OTP based channels or captcha based channels to further authenticate the access. Then access control list is maintained, which means that certain people or user IDs have the access to this personal data, and that control list is maintained, and it is frequently updated and ensured that it remains private. Then data is encrypted. This personal data is encrypted so that it cannot go to any non-trustworthy channel. Then data is anonymized. So all such non-personal data, it is anonymized so that the personal information of these individuals, whoever this data belongs to, that does not get released in public domain ever. If the ministry selects data is anonymized in section 7, then it is to answer the next question also, otherwise it will get automatically disabled, which is asking if anonymization is done, then actually with the because of new emerging technologies, it is still possible now to re-identify data. So there is a re-identification risk. So further steps need to be taken to protect this anonymized data from this re-identification. So what is done to ensure protect this? Either no extra efforts are made, or there is some tighter security for this databases that store anonymized information, such as audit trails, control access. It is not at all shared only with anybody. Or what is done is that synthetic data is created out of this anonymized data that exhibits the properties of the raw data, but real individuals cannot be identified because of the synthetic data, or if any other new method is being adopted by the ministry or the scheme division for this MIS personal data. Accordingly, the steps are to be uh, selected. Again, this is a multi-select option. Then if the answer to any if the answer to 7 is any one of the 4 options, that is the ministry does have personal data and it is undertaking any one of these 4 activities, then the question asks basically whether whether user consent has been taken. So whether the MIS, the scheme division, has taken explicit permission from the user, whoever the personal information pertains to collect, store, and use their personal data for the intended purposes, and accordingly select yes or no. Finally, the next 2 questions, which are the last 2 questions in this section, they correspond to HR capacity. The first question asks whether there is a data quality assessment and management team for this scheme, which will look after ensuring that there is data quality norms are being followed, and also there are good data management practices. And the second question asks whether there is a dedicated data analysis team for the scheme, which will undertake the data analysis on the collected data. So ministry or scheme division can accordingly select yes or no against these 2 questions also. So with this, we cover the second last section, data security and HR capacity of part B also. In the next video, we'll be covering the last and the final section of part B, which is data management, which will also be the last video for this series of training videos. Thank you.